Hi, welcome to Integrative Preparedness. I'm Steve Smith. If this looks a little bit different than the past, it's because I'm holding this thing myself today. Usually my guru, well, always, my guru handles all this stuff, but I thought that I'd just give it a try and see how it works on my non-fancy Android. You know, he loves the iPhone stuff, and I'm not nearly that high speed, and I always have the basics, so I was going to see if I could do this myself because it's about kind of something else that I'm a real newbie at. So we'll see how it goes, and if it doesn't go too well, I can always throw this away, right? Um, anyway, I had forgotten that I was on Patreon, or maybe I shouldn't even say that. That sounds like that I'm on. I'm not on Patreon. I don't really have any presence on Patreon. There's a few of my old, here again, I haven't been on it that long, videos that I should say early, that we had put up and then we hadn't done anymore. And I forget exactly why. But back when I kind of started this stuff, I told the guru that I'd like them up on Patreon as well because of all the stuff going on with YouTube, and I knew that from watching other channels that a lot of them were also putting on putting together Patreon accounts and things, and I didn't fully understand it. I still don't, but I had him put up there, and then things just kind of got away from us. We got busy, and I forget there was some difficulty getting a couple up, and so we just forgot about it. Well, the other day I was uh, checking. It was on um, the last video I did, I think, and I don't even remember exactly what the title of it was. It was something about communities, um, and I was looking at the comments and saw a comment there from Joe Fox over at Viking Preparedness. Um, and I've seen some of Joe's stuff. I like it very much. Um, and he said something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he complimented mine and said that he had spun off some of the things from mine for one he had shot that day over on his Patreon channel. So I went over and I don't um, I only patronize two Patreon channels. One is Zombie Farmer and the other is Real World Prepper because I like those guys and I want to support them. So until now, they're the only ones that I do. But I paid a dollar and to see what Joe said about mine and watched his and liked it very much. It was a good one. And, he and I agree on a lot of things. Probably not everything. I mean, you know, I don't know anybody in the world that I agree with on everything, right? And nor do they agree with me, and that's fine. But I certainly do uh, like his stuff. Um, but anyway, so I watched it, and then I didn't think anything more about it. And I was checking the email account that I use for integrative preparedness. And I have several email accounts, and they're for different things. And I don't check any of them probably as often as I should. Um, that's me. I'm just not a tech guy. And there was a couple. I had a couple of notifications on there that I had a couple of new patrons for my Patreon account. And I thought, what? Well, I had forgotten. Like I said, I'd forgotten all about putting up those things on Patreon. But obviously, they had come over from having seen Joe's stuff and and signed up for mine and patronized me. And I thought, what? I felt kind of like I'd cheated him because, uh, I only have, I don't know what, 5, 6 things over there. So so anyway, they were nice enough. They've each pledged a dollar to patronize me, and it wasn't anything that I ever had intended to do. I really don't do the videos here for. Um, I don't look at it being any kind of moneymaker for me because I have my other things for that. But first off, if you guys see this, and I guess I'll put this on the Patreon page too. Well, thank you. It was very nice of, and I hope that if you buy my books, you'll enjoy my books. I think there's a lot more depth and value, I think, out of the books than there are in most of the videos here that I put out. But of course that's up to other people to determine. Well, anyway, so the point of this is, yeah, apparently I'm on Patreon, and now that a couple of people have paid $1 each to see whatever's up there, at coming over from Joe Fox, I guess I'll start having to put all the others up there. So I have been in the last couple of days sitting here when I take a break from my writing and putting up a bunch of the stuff from the YouTube channel over onto Patreon. Just so anybody who wants to support that will have all of the videos instead of that sad little squabble that the first couple of guys found. And I'll put everything up on Patreon that I put up here on YouTube from now on. And like I said, I'm in the process. I'll put all the old stuff up there. I'm in the process of it now. It might take me, a week or something. It's not that I have that many, I don't have hundreds like these other guys do. I've got 50 something, So we'll get them up pretty soon. And I doubt, I don't know that I'll ever put up stuff on Patreon that I don't put up on YouTube. But, who knows? I mean, I very possibly could. I know that there are some things that I do stay away from a little bit on YouTube that, if I feel like it, if I think that it serves some kind of purpose, maybe I will put it up on Patreon. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that right now. And I'm and here again, I'm not running away from anything. I'm not big enough to run away from anything. I have a paltry number of subscribers compared to these other guys, and I'm certainly no danger to anyone. I do this for fun, and hopefully people enjoy it. And but anyway, so that's just what I said. This is two things to let you know that I'm over on Patreon, and also just to see how well I can hold this phone looking at me and see if it works out well or not. Okay. So anyway, thank you all. Thank you guys who did the Patreon thing for me. Thank you, Joe, for sending that message and obviously helping people to find me. And thank all of you who subscribe to the YouTube channel. And again, as I've said in others, thank all of the readers of my books. Your communications, your emails to me, your messages are well appreciated, and I'm glad that you get out of the books what you tell me that you do, and I'm working hard on the fourth one, so trying to get out there pretty quick. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now, and thank to you all. And if I see you on Patreon, great, and if I see you here on YouTube, great, and you all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.